Hey guys, so today I have a fun quick project I'm going to do here, and it's going to be upcycling some old discarded material. So first I have this stool here. It used to have a round place for you to sit or some kind of chair on top. Anyway, that deteriorated and that broke apart. So the chair, the legs of course were going to be tossed out. So what I did is I just found a piece of rectangular wood and I screwed it on there. It's got some cracks in here, but nothing ruin its structural integrity. And it's very uncomfortable to sit on. And also what I have here is I have a dog bed, which unfortunately the dog decided to chew apart. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine the two. And I'm going to take this discarded chair and this discarded dog bed, and I'm going to make it into a big comfy chair basically. I was just playing around with this. I rested it on the chair. It wasn't super comfy with one layer of foam, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to double up the foam. So I'm going to put 2 layers of foam on top of that. And then I'm just going to take some of this this groovy material, which just kind of feels like soft fur, or kind of like a nice soft flannel pajamas or something like that. And I'm just going to tack that on after I put the foam on there. So this should be pretty quick and should give me something comfortable to sit on. Okay, let's take our chair here. Let's get a measurement. It's going to be 7 1/4 by 14 1/2. 7 1/4, 14 1/2. 7 1/4, quarter, and 14 1/2. All right. Okay. That should be a real nice fit. Not sure how I'm going to want to do this though, but that should be nice and comfy. Well, it's a lot better from what it was. I almost want to put another layer of foam on there, which I think I'm going to. Okay, so as you can see, I have elected to use 3 layers of foam, just because it's going to provide a little bit more cushion. I'm going to try and roughly determine where to cut this material. Okay, so that is our piece of felt. I need to determine which side I want to use. This side kind of feels silky. This side has that real 60s, 70s feel where it's nice and soft. I don't know. It's a tough call. Let's do the sit test. All right, for the silk. All right. But for the fur. Well, clearly I can't really feel any difference because I'm wearing a pair of pants, but my hands are definitely preferring the furry side, so I think I'm going to stick with that side. Okay, so I think I'm about ready to tack this material down here. And when you're upholstering, it's important to compress the material. It's something that you kind of got to play with to get right, but if you don't compress this material, you saw how much foam I had. I probably had around 3 inches of foam. If I don't compress that and I just loosely upholster it the way it is, every time I go to sit on this, you're going to get a ton of overhang, and the foam will have a tendency to shift around. Mind you, I did not glue this foam down, which I probably should have. I'm just doing something kind of quick here to make it more comfortable. So that's all the more reason to ensure that you have this somewhat compacted in here before you tack this down. So the way I've gone about compacting this foam is I've just taken a piece of aluminum that I had laying around that was roughly the same dimensions as my seat and the foam, and I just took an 11R clamp. It's not even clamped down. I just adjusted the tension on it by playing around with that set screw. And if you look around here, I've compacted that to 2 inches, but because this 11R is more towards that side, it's a little more compact on that side. So before I go and I finish on this side, I'm just going to squeeze it a little bit and try and get it down to about 1 inch. And yeah, so the way I'm going to be clamping this down, I have a staple gun, but unfortunately I don't have any staples for it for some reason. So I'm just going to be using some wood screws with some nice wide washers. One recommendation I would have if you're doing any kind of upholstering with screws, I'd recommend using a coarse screw. You can see that's somewhat coarse as opposed to something more along the lines of a machined type screw. This is more of a machined type screw because the threads are closer together. And the issue with the machined type screw is the more it has, the screw is going to have to spin into the wood a lot more than as opposed to a coarse screw. And what will happen with the machine screw is that will have a tendency to let's see, grip your material and spin it and tear it. So just better to go with a coarser type screw if you're going to be going through this route. Okay, so I have everything laid out. I'm going to start in the corner right here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some compression on this corner. I'm going to fold it this way, and then I'm going to come from the top. Try and fold it down that way too. Okay, I have that to about where I want it. See if my tip's magnetic, which it is. Let's see if we can drive this sucker home. Okay. Yeah, this is probably going to be kind of ugly, but it'll be functional, and that's the most important part. Now, I think I'm going to jump to this corner. Alright, so the cushion is looking real good so far. The only thing is I have it tacked down in all four corners and I have one in the center here. But the only thing is I have a little bit of overhanging material. So I think I'm just going to put a screw or two in here, just kind of tuck it in, but I'm not going to put a washer on because I don't want to waste my washers. So this is very likely going to get very tangly as well. Like that. Which actually almost works out in my favor because it's kind of tacked into the wood now, and it just kind of helps tighten up some of that loose cloth or fur or whatever you want to call it. Alright, see how we did. That's pretty groovy, man. For those of you that don't want to spend, what are those shop chairs going for? Like 80 to 100 bucks. It's a good redneck way to do it. Gives you something comfortable to sit on. It's got the same amount of cushion. And we're recycling, upcycling, saving the environment. Pretty cool little fun project. If you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe for more.